All right, and welcome back to game 1 of week 2. So technically game 6. We'll be up against Greg B. Pillowswine, who more than likely, based on his pool, is going to be on some sort of white-based build. His white looks great. His green looks great. He might just be on white-green splashing something. We'll see. Oh. Well, I was going to say good luck, have fun to my opponent, but Arena has decided to put me into the game. Alright, let's do this. So we're going to take him all in there, because obviously that hand is unplayable. This hand is slightly better from the perspective of what we're looking for. We've got all of our lands and an Abigail, which means that we're probably going to dump. We don't have any... We probably dump the branch snap. Feels bad to dump a land. So we're going to dump an island here. We're going to quit swamp. There's a consideration to dump branch snapper here because we already have our forest. But that card is just... It's going to be a house in the late game. And we'll probably find our second island at some point. Query Watchdog. Okay. I will mill myself. I'm not really enthusiastic about making a 1/3 flying first strike lifelink. So our opponent is on a base white build, but he's also on every color. I think I'm going to block here. It saves us some damage. Our opponent gets a surveil out of it, but in reality, that surveil is probably just going to mill. Yeah, I'll land. Glimmerlight's a very good card. It's going to make him a 2/2 and give him, well, almost a 2/2 and give him an equipment later. We did get our double blue. It's a little late. And we're kind of behind when it comes to this game state. Honestly, what would be best for us is our opponent just, yeah, equipping is good. And then do nothing. As it stands, we're taking 2. Our opponent is passing, which is interesting. I'm going to play Skysoar into potential combat trick. Or removal spell. If I can give this thing, that's fine. We're not going to block. And we will probably bake into a pie this thing. Ooh. Okay. Does that change things? Yes, because if he didn't have removal for the 3/5, he probably doesn't have removal for the 3/6. Or this will draw removal out of him. And if he's removing my Archmage of Ruins, he's not removing my Stratosaur. Which means that his 4/5 can't swing in. Ooh, okay. So this is going to hurt a little bit. He's got a... white, a red, a green, and a blue. So he's going to get +4/+4, which is not an insignificant buff. And he needs cleansings. So he taps down his entire board to do that. That's fine. Okay. Here I'm supposed to bake into a pie this thing. and then probably pass. It's a little awkward because we'll lose our draw value, but that's fine. We're taking 6. Probably will force cycle this branch snapper at this point. And then play Billowing Shriek Mass, which will make a 4/4. Like, we're committing to taking 4 here. It's not great. But okay, Pummeler is fine. We're taking 5. That's fine. We're not blocking. Okay, burst is good. So we can block the Hellkite, but we're just gonna die in that situation. Can play Archmage. Archmage is the best play here because this will allow us to potentially Biosynthetic Burst and live. That's not going to kill us yet, unless he has the ability to activate it. Oh, yeah, okay. Man, he had the mana for that. Okay. Tough game. We were off tempo most of the time. Our starting hand was not great. Did not match up well, and we were playing 3/5s into his removal spells. This hand's a little better. Still not great. We probably want to keep the Carrion Cruiser and ditch like Thornplate. We got to turn to Beastkin Ranger, but after that point, we're kind of out of gas. Okay, this Lander token will help if he gives it to us. I don't think it's likely. Yeah. Just gonna pass. Grassman is fine. Okay, well, we're stuck on lands, and our opponent is drawing very well. Yep, Survey Mechan. Okay, another forest is not exactly what we're looking for. Man. Yep. Okay. We got a blue. We're still in a rough spot, though. Like, he can just sack this Survey Mechan for free, kill my Gene Morph, and... yeah, draw some cards. Seems good. Another forest is really not what we're looking for. Okay. I have a strong feeling that this game is over. Yup. There's Wildvine Pummeler. Swings in for 3. And we top deck an Uncharted Haven, but it's a couple of turns too late. Alright. Rough game. Follow back up for the packs. All right, and welcome to the packs after the loss against Greg B. We have ourselves a pretty decent pack. In pack 1, we've got a Disruptor of Currents, which is just a good card. Eclipsed Elf, Hovel Hurler, Protective Response. Even Omni Changeling is a decent one. Sundappled is fine, but not really what our Shadowmoor deck is looking for. It's a little closer to what our Lorwyn deck is looking for, but I think the fact that we have a Disruptor of Currents and an Omni Changeling probably leans us more towards putting this in the Shadowmoor pool. But we'll take a look at the second pack. Second pack has a Deepway Navigator, Flame Braider, Mud Button, another Deep Channel Duelist. This will be the fourth one if we put it into the Lorwyn pack. And so it does give us an out into Merfolk. We don't have a ton of good Merfolk right now, so it'd basically just be Deep Channel Duelist and like Marrow Sky Swimmers. But sometimes that's good enough. All in all, it's not the greatest pack in the world, so we're basically deciding between where this Disruptor of Currents goes, because both options have a Protective Response, which is a card that will make the deck. Hovel Hurler is better in potentially the Lorwyn deck. So I think what we're going with is we are going to put this Disruptor into the Shadowmoor deck and this Deepway Navigator pack into the Lorwyn. This is the weaker of the two packs, and we do need to beef up our Shadowmoor deck slightly, so putting a Disruptor of Currents is going to be useful.